I thought I'd give people a window into how I relax. So I've got a main content profile here on YouTube, but I actually have one that focuses on gaming and physical media. I'm quite a simple person, you know. It doesn't take a lot to entertain me. I'm not particularly complicated. So if we get rid of that, let's get rid of that. All right, let me just go back to where I was. So I like gaming. I like movies, TV shows. I've got a massive physical media collection, which I've shown through other content, really, on different platforms. Wait a minute. And I've got a huge variation in gaming. Like I like simulators, like my driving. I like sports, role-playing game. I like anything and everything, really. I've got a vast interest, really. But Death Stranding 2 recently come out, and believe me, I want it. I've got a PS5, I can play it. This is on PC. This is your first Death Stranding. I love it. I was already about over 30 hours into this before that one came out, but I haven't finished this game. And first of all, it's £70 for the new one. I already own this one. Haven't finished this one. So I don't see the point of jumping onto bandwagons of things, really, just because it's a trend at the moment. Like a lot of people are playing the new one, but it's still fundamentally I'm not going to take that, so I'm not going that direction. It's the same premise, though. Obviously it has different functionalities, it'd be enhanced in different ways, but right now £70 worth of upgrade when this is finished, for sure. But there's no point me skipping the rest of this game to jump onto that. But fundamentally what this game is, it's incredibly relaxing. So people will have opinions one way or another on many things. Anybody does. But ultimately, what brings you peace, what brings you joy? And believe me, the other day I got up at 4 in the morning. I kid you not, because I woke up and it's so hot, I just couldn't sleep. And I thought, what do I want? I can't. It's too early for films. It's too early for sports. You know, there's nothing on. So straight away, you're like, oh, I'm just going to have a look on YouTube and stuff. But you can only do that for so long. And I thought, you know what? I'm just going to put some Death Stranding on again, because I'd enjoyed that the night before. And I literally ended up playing it till about 11 a.m. or something crazy. It was mad. And I literally, the thing said 400 and something minutes. It's been nearly 7 hours of me just driving back and forward, pretty much, you know. But it just, time envelops in itself. So I think if you're at peace and you're relaxed, I just think that's a good state to be in. And I don't really think it matters how you get there. So like, this game can be as complicated as you want, or as basic, easy as you want. Like, for instance, I built all these roads. So you have to keep getting materials, you have to do deliveries, and then you keep sort of like submitting the materials until the road is built, and then you go and build another section. Effectively, it just makes the whole process easier once you've built it, hence how I get here. Otherwise, you'd have to drive, like, for instance, if I just showed an example, if I hadn't built this section of road, you come up with someone else's name now, and I don't know why it does that. It just shares a server. So if I hadn't built this road, I would have had to try and navigate through here, and everything's physics-based. So your truck, it doesn't do well off track. It starts to roll sideways. It's got terrible grips on the tyres. It's a nightmare. It gets damage through the elements. So you get acid rain that comes down certain sections. There's deeper reasons why it does that, but it just causes so much damage to your truck, for instance. This section here to the left is charging the electric truck, which is pretty cool. It doesn't use battery power when you're, like, it doesn't drain your battery on the road, but if I was to go off-road, you'd start draining the battery. So it's like, again, there's so many benefits to me building this road, and it's just making the transport a lot easier. So you can boost, but it only goes so fast. There is motorbikes. So little nuances, really. Them little yellow lights at the back of the van here, the truck, that shows how full your truck is with goods. So if it goes red, you can't put anything else in it, pretty much. I didn't even know that before, so that was interesting. Well, that was interesting. That completely glitched. Not only was the recording messed up, my computer just froze to hell. So that's enemies now are aware of my presence. You can see them to the left there, look. They're like glowing orange, running at me. They will start throwing javelins, really, with electrical javelins to try and disable my vehicle. So they're trying to run after me. There is a ladder back there where the orange thing is, and one of them's kind of climb up the ladder. There's 3 of them down there. Look, I don't know if you can see that. I'm not really going to bother with them, but yeah, they're effectively what they are doing is they hunting for goods. So the way I'm delivering, all they're interested in is money, really, is to try and get goods. So every time you're transporting something, that's something that they want. That's effectively what that is. But yeah, I find it really peaceful. Effectively, you end up yo-yoing back and forward because you're looking for something specific, or you're trying to upgrade this, upgrade that. Before you know it, one party needs something there, one needs something there. You end up on autopilot. You know what I mean? But I find it relaxing. So I won't record forever. You know, I'm not gonna make this a long-winded video. I just want to show people really. If you wondered what I'm doing, sometimes I'm literally just mindlessly playing something as simple as this, and I'm actually getting joy from it. So someone else would consider it boring. I think it's pretty cool. So the character is actually the guy from what's it called? The Walking Dead, the one on the motorbike. Daryl, is it Daryl? Yeah, this is Daryl. There are cutscenes if you to go and do other things. So I've got a delivery to make. So I'm just here. It's going to take things off my truck now. So we go make delivery, deliver the cargo that was assigned. It's quite a simple task, really. And then obviously that would deplete it from the truck. Gives me some more space. I'll skip some of this because it's quite automated. Then you get a performance base here, and the upgrades to help later on. Maybe you can carry more, you can move faster, all sorts of things. And they might give you extra perks as well. So I've got legend status there, expert deliverer. Nice. So if you actually look at the map, if we get the map up, I know where all the locations are. Main one is here. The engineer's an easy one to get to. This one here, craftsman. Then we've got a distribution center. Then we've got this one south, not city. They're my main hubs. And then I've just recently built this road that takes me to this weather station. Then you have to go off-road to this Timefall farm, which I'm trying to get them to 5 stars. You just get perks. And I recently built this road all the way over here. It's an incinerator. So effectively, if someone dies and you don't deal with it fast enough, it will cause an explosion. It wipes you, and you literally have to go back to a previous save. It's a whole process. But if you used to find them, pick them up, put them in the van, and then take them to the incinerator, job's done. So I've rebuilt the road to make that task easier. So anyway, based on where I'm heading next, I don't think I've got any orders, but I'm thinking of doing something from the distribution centre. It's in the middle. With that in mind, I don't see myself going to South Knot City at the moment. It's an extra trek. So if an order comes in now, and it offers the engineer, the craftsman, the distribution centre, the weather station, or even Timefall farm, because I'm thinking of going there a little bit more, then I'll take the order. But I don't really want South Knot because it's just so much further than everything else. And these ones are a bit off track as well. There's a couple. So again, once you know really where you want to go, it just makes the tasks easier. Now, I could progress the story further because I'm quite a way into the game at this point, but I'm just enjoying the process of just mindlessly doing this. So I'm not doing that at the moment. I'm just doing deliveries back and forth. So standard orders. Where's this one go? Engineer. Like I said, we can go engineer. We do have to look at the weight capacity. Actually, before we do that, I just want to see the back of the truck. It should be quite empty. So I've got a bit on my back as well. Oh, it ain't empty. We've got 4. I think I bought a load of materials because I was thinking about building some bridges. There's one little thing I figured out. I found online. I didn't know about this. These trucks, a lot of time, you've got to rebuy another one, build another one, or you can take it from a shared locker and all sorts. Someone come up with this technique. Put this truck. I didn't know about this. This was really oh, come on, mate. Just get in the truck. This is really cool. If you there are other ways around it, but this is the quickest way because then you don't have to offload any goods off your truck. So you just put it on top of the ramp, on top of the elevator. There you go. There you go to the hangar menu, change the colour of the truck and it repairs it all. So you actually don't have to buy a new one, you don't have to do anything. Literally all you do is change the colour of it. So we go garage, hack garage, just one minor colour change. So this is a shared one. You can take someone else's truck that they'll let you use. But all we've got to do here is just go colour theme. I'll go one colour variant. I don't really like that colour. Let's go back to grey. Confirm. And then we'll confirm again. You watch this. Like, anyone that's played this game will know how annoying it is to keep having to rebuild. Because I need the material. I needed all the materials to keep building the bridges and the roads. So, you know, I was always using all my materials up. So I didn't have enough to keep building a vehicle. Now it's fixed it. What, did I actually do the delivery? Did I take a load? No, we've got to get the goods. Wait a minute. Oh, that's me getting carried away. But anyway, we've got a brand new vehicle now just by literally repainting it. Job done. So, take on orders, standard orders. We want the ones to... Let's see, these ones are really off the beaten path. These ones will be a nightmare to get to at the moment. Don't want the film direct. Don't want that one. That was boring. Don't want that one. South Knot C. Actually, there's something I want to do with South Knot. South Knot had a massive order, like a whole flatbed delivery. I could do that, but I don't. Now, I'll keep it simple for a minute. Right, Elder. Let's do the engineer. Let's do another engineer. Right, it's 3 deliveries to the engineer. That's good, but they don't even weigh a lot. And I think there was another one to the distribution centre, wasn't there, or not? No. But we do have to pass the craftsman, so we might as well take him as well. So we do them. I don't think we'd have room for the... I don't think we'd have room for the other one. Actually, we probably could. I might have to delete. This is the thing. There's a lot of admin involved in this that, you know, people might think it's simple, but it's actually, you've got to think about our logistics, which I quite like. So we've chucked it all in. Let's chuck it on the back of the truck. It'll tell you the colour change. I think we might be able to, because I could probably just get rid of some of the materials if I don't need to. I might quickly do the South Knot City one. It always makes you head out and then go back again. Yeah, let's do the South Knot City one, just briefly quick. Take on orders, standard orders. This one, health food. 180 kilos. It does make you go through the same menus over and over again. It drives you nuts. It's just making sure you're prepared. Because if you've got a big order, make sure you can handle it. Because when you start the game, you are literally running around without a vehicle. But you gain the vehicles later, you know. So it's quite... When you first get this game, it is quite slow. And that's why people give up on it. So effectively, let's say you just started the game. You're just binding items up as you walk. This is how you would have started the game. But on a different area of the map. But you'd literally just be walking everywhere. So everybody would just go mad because that's... I'm faster now. I've got this skeleton suit, so I can run faster and I can jump well. Watch this. I can do that. Now, when you start this game, you are not running fast like that, and you are definitely not jumping. But because of where I am in the game, I'm enjoying it. So I don't want to advance too far because I've advanced quite a bit in the game already. I don't know how you know what chapter you're on, to be totally honest. But I think there's 2 orders to do, like legitimate orders, and then I think that'll progress the story. So I'm just not doing them at the moment. So again, it's not as challenging for me because I've built the roads, you know. So there is a bit of monotony in the fact that it's back and forward. Yeah. But up to now, I've had things to challenge my mind. You know, I've been trying to build the roads. I think I've done every road you can do on this area of the map. I don't think there's one anymore. I don't think there's any to the left. Alright, they're going to try and target me again. They're not usually on the bridge, on the roads. They're down the sides. Look, they can't even get me by the time they catch up. By the time I drive past, I'm way gone. Because I hadn't played it for a bit, I've actually forgot all the combat mechanics. I don't even know how you get a gun up properly. So I'm trying not to get involved. Oh, right, over here's the engineer. He's off the beaten path slightly. But people have built bridges. I built bridges before I built the roads. There's just challenges everywhere. So it's more challenging earlier on than you'd think, because you have to get across the river and you just collapse. He falls over in the water. You lose all your packages. It's like the whole process, and just think how long it can take you to walk everywhere. It's like a nightmare. Now it's far easier. Yeah, we've got 3 deliveries. Go, go, go. Right, speed him up. Then we'll see, because remember, I know I'm going to the Craftsman next. I know I'm going to the distribution centre. At least I think I am. And we've still got to go south, not city. So I know the routes. So I'll look at what cargo they've got that's going that way. And that's how you end up back and forward. Because you just keep taking on jobs. Because you're thinking, I've got capacity, load me up. But I do want to go Timefall Farm again, because I'm thinking of trying to build a bridge if it's helpful. But then other people had built the bridge. But you got enemies. You got this really more like a horror area, and you just don't know where they're going to pop up. You just get a sense because the rain comes faster, and then all of a sudden you get this light thing, and you know something's up. But if you could work your way around it and you find a safe route, it just makes it a lot easier for yourself. And I figured out some of the safer routes. Right, anyway, let's see what jobs we got. Take on orders, engineers. You got to go and collect something. I don't want to do it. No, I'm not going Eldris off track. So we actually have to pass, literally past the Craftsman anyway, so we might as well go there. Junk dealer's out the way. I'm not going off the track. That's out the way. Engineer to Lake, not city. We just come from there. I'm not going back again. Distribution centre's on the way. Distribution centre again. Let's get. I'm a little worried about the weight. See, this one's a considerable weight. This one, and that's taking you to the weather station. Now my truck's too full for that, so I'm not going to take the job on. I'll do the South Not City one, though. Hopefully we've got enough room in the truck. I really don't know if we do. If not, we'll have to get rid of some of the... I'll have to get rid of some of the materials. So I put building materials way before I got all these orders. Just about. Look, all the lights are full. What capacity is left and not before it gets red, I don't know. I think we're on a limit. But again, every time you go to one of the locations, you're taking stuff off the truck anyway. It just depends how many orders are going there, you know. But the weather station would have been good, because I do want to go back up there.
Thanks again for everything.
It's what it is. You get a little patch on your clothes when you get to 5 stars. So when you're like really complete with that provider. So I think most of them I'm 5-star. I think I've got about 6 5-stars. But that farm that's out the way, that's nearly 5. I want to finish it off to get the star. A minute, what's that sitting on the side? Lake, not city. No, I'm not taking that. So you do find goods along the way, which just helps, because you only got to jump out the truck and pick it up, you know what I mean? But it's not where I'm going. So there's a red bike over there, which means another player's just ditched a bike. But you never have the players in it. It's more like a multiverse. It's like someone's done it in their world, and you're connected to the server, so some things will just pop up in your world. That's what it is. You'll never see them playing. But you might see the after effects of them playing. For instance, like materials, like some of the goods are just fallen down. You might see a bridge built, a ladder. That makes it a bit lively, really. You feel like you're part of something rather than just playing on your lonesome. And you get these little sticker things every now and again you drive past as well when someone's placed on your path. Again, it brings it to life a little bit. You'll feel like you're part of a community, you know. And then someone might request certain goods, or, you know, like I say, they might not have finished the delivery. You finish it for them. You both benefit from it. It's just, you feel like teamwork, you know. It's a simple. I like it. So I'm really looking forward to getting the new one, but it doesn't make sense when I've still got this one I'm enjoying, you know. Right, let's check the truck. Got to get the truck close, otherwise it won't pick up the fact that the truck's there, and then it'll think you haven't got the goods, and it's like that. Make the delivery. We've got 3 deliveries. You can usually see the weight. That one's 57 kilos. I think the others are quite light. So it's not going to make a huge difference to the trailer. So unless there's something light, I can't really take on any more deliveries from here, really. But we'll see. We'll see. It always gives me junk. Like these 2 grenades. It always gives me grenade things as a bonus for finishing a task for him. Every time. Between 1 and 3. Depends how much you've just delivered. Come on, let's hold it up. I've got a gift for you. There you go. 3 of them. I just put them in the locker. There's probably loads in that locker because you just don't stop giving me them. Yeah, just all them custom grenades. Oh, I've put too much goods in my truck. That's why we're struggling. Because I was thinking about going off to that timeless farm, and put some bridges up just to make my journey easy to get there in future. Right, anyway, let's have a look. This one's going to go to engineer. I'm not going backwards because it's just you will always go back and forward. You know, it'll drive you freaking nuts. So no, we're not going that direction. Yep, South Knot City. I'm going. We'll end up. That's where I'm ending up. Because there's a delivery I want to do from there. So if I've got any goods, once I finish South Knot City, if I've got any goods, I'm just ditching it in the locker because there's a massive delivery. I think it's 2.5 tons. That is going to the other side of the map yet again. But obviously it means I can't have anything left in the truck. But by then all the deliveries should have been made, so then it'll just be materials. And then it means... See, that's the thing. You've got multiple things on your mind. It's like, if I want to do bridge work or like just put things around the world to make my life easier, then I kind of have to just fill the truck up with the materials and not worry about deliveries for a minute. If I'm doing deliveries, then I have to stop holding the materials for a minute because the capacity just isn't there to do it all. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's chill. It's chill. But you just soon lose track of time, you know. More so the fact that, like I said, I was building the bridges all the time and the roads. Now, I think the road's complete. It goes 3 different places. I'm not sure if there's a road to be built left. Like, over here, I think on the other side of that mountain is that Elder. But I don't think there's a way to build a road to there.
Still got it.
I'm not sure. I don't think there is. It's one of these boxes, you see. This box here. Not that one there. That one there's this one's a charging point. So that one at a distance over there is a charging point. But it's these little blocks here. These ones with the stairs. If you see that anywhere, that's where you build the road. I don't think there is one of them up there. I haven't been up there for a while though, but I don't think it is. So it would mean that they're always off road, and it's like I'm trying to avoid why complicate it at the moment when I can do an easier journey. You know, over there to the left is goods, I think. Yeah, you can see it. I might have a look, see what that is. See if we're going anywhere near where it needs to go. What is it? Oh, Craftsman. I'm not going there. We just come from the Craftsman. Now, you can pick it up and get it and take it back next time because the weather can damage it, but I'm not. It's not my thing. Well, I'm curious if there's any more roads to build. Craftsman again. Now, at this location is where the actual story progression is, because there's 2 deliveries to do from here, and I'm pretty sure that progresses the story. But you've got to be prepared, because it jumps you into narratives, and you might not even have weapons or anything on you, and you're screwed. So with that in mind, I'd need to make sure I'm prepared for it. Anyway, we'll do delivery. Not much. Actually, that's quite light. Yeah, I don't think we get much room. Now, usually I might take a bit more of an interest. I just don't want to slow anything down. But I do tend to look at the stats a little bit, and I do like to see this progress and see my rank keep going up. It's good. Let's see progression. Right, we'll just see if there's anything else to go. Because now we're only going South Knot City now. That's it. Take on orders. See this one here. Orders for Sam. That's the story. So I've got a job to do there. Sewing kit. So do a delivery for that one. And then there's this one. And I think at that point it might... I don't know what's going to happen. So I'm not doing it at the minute. I'm just chilling. So we're at here. The one in the middle. And it's saying go back to engineer. We're not going back. Not going back. No. Junk. Right. So there's actually nothing on. So that's fine. So once I do this delivery, what's that going? Elder. Once we've done this delivery, I'll be dropping all the other goods off, and then taking a whole shipment. Because it'll rank me up because it's like quite a lot. I think it's quite a hefty likes. So it's, your performance is based on likes. So So some jobs will be 50 likes, some jobs will be 200 likes. This one's about 1,000 likes, I think. So I was like, that's going to be worth it. As you can see, the road to network is crazy. I don't know if you can see over there. That's what I built yesterday. Literally back and forward getting materials and keep going, and then it just stops in the middle of the air, and I'm thinking, what the hell? So someone's actually built a bridge over there, which I felt made it harder for me because I had a router. But I might go to the weather station in a little while because I might do this. It might help just to show some of the off-roading, because I do, you know, this can get monotonous. Keep taking the road. That is no challenge. It's just no challenge. Even if it gets the feeling that there's enemies nearby, like something's going to happen, it's like, because you're on the road, it's actually a safe passage. It's something where the enemies just wouldn't spawn. It wouldn't hurt. They would never do anything on the road. But the mule people will. The ones that had that orange glow, if there's ladders or they're nearby, they will run after you. So if you was on the road, they would. It's just that they're not likely to catch up with you, really. But again, look, things like that, you build a bridge because it's so hard. If you was walking, for instance, you had no car or motorbike, or even if you did and you didn't have this, you'd need a bridge, because that can damage or sink your vehicle depending how deep it is and how fast the current is. And if you didn't have that bridge there, you'd have to get ladders. It's the only way, really. You could probably walk. I don't know, to be honest, you might be able to get across that. I think you'd be able to walk that. I'll show what it's like. So if I didn't have this car, I haven't got ladders on me, I don't think. We'll do a save, because the last thing I want is messing about. Because you have to upgrade to get to what I've got. Most people playing are not going to have upgrades. Now, we've got quite a bit on my back as well, so it keeps you up, makes you unbalanced. Right, we're going the wrong way, aren't we? Over here. So I'll just show an example. I'll show what it's like. So what we want to do is use the tech we have. So we use, I think it's this one. No, wrong one. That. Right, yeah, okay. So that's telling us how deep the water is, and obviously how shallow, but also how fast it's going. So yellow's clearly going to be deeper than blue. Blue's going to be light, so we can walk. We should be able to walk the blue. But now it's saying hold the buttons for balance. Do you want to hold your straps? Now we want to climb. Now all the little red bits, it's saying it's uneven, so you could topple over, you could fall off. Now, if you was to go through because that bridge is there, it might save me actually. But I managed to get there. Then you've got to try and find a safe way through. It's like a maze. But if I was going this way, for instance, we might lose packages. See, he's getting tired as well. The blue bar is diminishing quite a lot, but he's managing to stay together. The reason I'm risking it here is this bridge is here, and I think it will just stop all the goods going down the river. But if it was a faster flowing river, he would literally fall on his arse and just float, and all his stuff would just keep going down the river. So it just make it. The point there is, it's actually interesting, isn't it? I think it's interesting. Some people think it's too slow, it's monotonous, it's boring. I think it's interesting because it's all strategy. Now, this way I'm doing now is far too easy compared to that. But I like the logistics. I'm simple. Like I said at the very beginning, I'm a simple person. There's enough complications in life. Sometimes I just like the basics. I can find peace in simple. You don't have to overthink. And of course, I've got other games where things are more exciting, and there's other things. It's like, but this is one I do enjoy, having just a little bit of peace to myself. And I say the time will just flow into itself. Before you know it, you're 4 hours in. You've just been going back and forth like a yo-yo, just mindlessly doing tasks. But what I would say is the story was unfolding faster before than it is now. But I'm not sure how far I am. I don't think I'm that far to moving on to the next level, next map. And I'm enjoying this map. If you look at this though, look at the graphics. It's so great. You got massive rock faces here, look, cliff edges and all sorts. I think it's incredible. And these have got these holograms. So that's from Forza Horizon. I think it's Horizon or Zero Dawn. I know it's definitely Zero Dawn. Oh no, Forza Horizon. Forza Zero Dawn or Forbidden West. It's because it uses the same engine that created those games. So I suppose they've just got a connection, really. Different developers and stuff, but it just uses the same engine. So this is going to warn us now. There's enemies nearby. It puts the little light thing on. If I do a save, I can actually show it. You can see the dangers that are posed, because I don't go near the dangers because I just don't need to anymore. I've forgot that part, you know. But I'll show it. It can be quite dodgy as shit. But bear in mind, I haven't actually remembered the buttons. Wait a minute, I've got to figure it out. Let me just try. Let me save it first before it gets mental. Bear in mind, when I'm playing this... Oh, look, it saves... Shit, is there enemies nearby? Great. Alright. So at the front of us, we've got baby. I'm not really sure. I can't remember now exactly why we've got a baby, but when it starts screaming, it does draw attention. So you've got to try and keep that soothed. Don't upset it. Don't get it anxious. These buttons. Because we've got ladders. This is how you do your equipment things and stuff. If you've got to climb. Then we've got... What's this one? Shoes, goggles. Don't need that one. About this one. Strings. I think there's another... I'm sure there's another way to go onto the next page. But I'm not sure where my guns are. I haven't got any. Carried on back. Wait a minute. Okay, so I have figured out how to get my gun. So what this little light at the front of me is going to do, it's going to start going mental. See it's blinking. That's the direction of the enemies. If it keeps... It'll keep... Look, it doesn't matter what way you go, it'll keep facing it. So it's warning you, the enemy's that way. Doesn't mean there's not any over here, but the one it's picking up on at the moment, the one closest to us likely, is over there. So you see, it'll start going faster and faster. The faster it gets, the closer it is to us. We'll try and shoot it with this. I don't know, we're probably going to die. I think it's on the bridge, but it might not be that way up. There it is. So you've got to be quiet now. It picks up on noise. Shit, I haven't got the button. Right, we've got to run. We've got to run. We've got to run. How'd you get away from me? I can't remember the buttons. Shake it off, shake it off. It's going to get us. It's going to sink us. It's going to sink us. We've got to run. We're in sludge. We're in like tar. We've got to get away from there because it wants to drag us in. See, like I said, this area here is a safe zone. They won't come here. They try to drag you to wherever the main part is. God damn, I didn't figure the buttons out. So you can lose goods. See, I've lost a climbing anchor now. But I don't care because I don't need a climbing anchor. But anyway, that was them. And it just made me black tar. We'll have to have a shower. Get all that contaminant off us. But effectively, if you didn't have your vehicle, and even if you've got your vehicle, they'll attack you. They'll make the vehicle start sinking into this sludgy shit. But if you was walking, you really are at the mercy of the elements and thing. And this rain, it would damage... Not only does it damage your truck, if you was walking, it will damage your goods. So by the time you get delivered, it's either going to be like lower value or unusable. South Knot City. I think that's literally here. We'll take that because I can deliver it. So sometimes you do find yourself getting in and out of this freaking truck so frequent. You get a bit... It does get a bit not annoying. We'll grab these because these are like a mineral that helps. We sometimes need these. So I'm just going to grab a few while we're up here. Some of them are small, they're only just growing. They always grow where this acid rain is. So that's an interesting thing. So if you ever need minerals, there's another one over there, but I don't know if there's enemies over here. But it'll always be, they call it timefall. So when this rain's coming down, that's where you're going to find all these gold things. But you usually see them by the side of the roads. Because most of the roads obviously travel through the dodgy areas, really. I swear there was one piece. We'll ignore it if I miss it. If I can't find it. Ah, crap. So yeah, we'll do this. We'll do the shower quick. And you can see the damage that's happening from this acid rain. This area of the map is the worst area of the map for me. There's so much rain constantly, it just deteriorates your vehicle quite quick. So you start to learn that there's certain areas that are just worse than others. So they're just holograms. You're not running. You're not running into them. Right, let's get rid of the what we do a couple of things. Deliver the cargo. Right, return that one. That's one we just found by the side of the road. That's one I haven't finished collecting. I can't even remember where I've got to go to get it, to be honest. What I might do, just to make it a little bit more interesting, if there's one to the Timefall farm, we'll do that. And then I'll come back after I've finished recording, and I'll come back and do the other one. Because the other one's just going to take us straight back to the other end of the map again, which I'm more than happy to do. You know, I am that simple. Literally. That one's going to take us to... So it's a Timefall... Yeah, Timefall farm. Yeah, okay, that's what we want. We'll go Timefall farm. There is one junk dealer. We're not going to do that. That's going to be completely out of the way. We'll do... See that one there, look. 2,520 kilograms. But you get... Look how many likes. 3,590 likes. That's a huge amount. You only get 157 for this sort of complicated route I'm going to do. But we'll do that. Right, we'll do that. Hey, we're going to take some equipment because it might help me. Right, we don't need a ladder. I think I've got some of these PCV. What's this one? Smoke emitter. Don't need a skeleton suit. Don't need guns. Don't need the truck. So these different things we can use. You can use these little carriers. So if you was walking or you had a bike, you can put that on the back. And it will literally hold all your carry. It will carry some of the goods for you. I think I've got one of these. We'll take a couple just in case I haven't. We'll take one. I don't know why we need the first one. Fabricate the equipment. Well, I've already got our trucks. We don't need to do that. Put it all on the flatbed. There you go. Plenty of room. Right. I'm not even sure how. I can't even remember. Why is that not carried? I'll be honest. I can't remember the exact buttons to do things, so we're going to figure it out. Right, head out. We'll do the shower quick just to get the contaminants. We've been attacked. You'll see it when he goes to have his shower, for instance. There'll be a hand mark on him where literally we was attacked. Right, why would it not let me enter the room? Oh, crap. Right, we're not about to do the room thing. I've got a delivery with a time limit on it. It's 45 minutes. It don't take me 45 minutes. But because there's a time limit, it's stopping me going to the freaking break room, I think. That's mad. Alright. Now, before you do any delivery, of course, if you just you'd get the map up and you'd go, right, where are we going? We're going there. You'd naturally think, we'll just go straight across. You can't. That's a ravine. Look, this is all cliff edge. That's like sharp cliff edge. And that's a river. Or lake. I think it's a river. I really don't know. Either way, it's not as simple as it looks. There's going to be hazards. Look, the amount of ladders that have been put along here, you can see that's not easy. So we do have to take the road route that I built to get us there. So it's not always as simple as you think, you know. You learn that the hard way, believe me, especially at the beginning. Because you'll naturally look and go, that would be a good idea. And then all of a sudden, you know, it's not such a good idea. So we're going to have to just take this route. I probably could have done with fixing the truck a bit because we are going to be off-road. There are packages everywhere, aren't there? Like, some of them may go where I'm going, but... I could actually fix this truck. I think we'll be fine. I think we'll be fine. There's a couple of locations where we can fix it without going back to the depots. These little boxes. I did build one because someone started it and I finished it off. This to the left there, that little pad. If you park on it, you can then repair, obviously change the colour, store items and things, but I think it's fine. So this is an upgraded truck with a higher capacity battery, so it's less likely to conk out, really, run out of deplete battery. Whereas if you've got an earlier model, absolute nightmare. You might be trying to go somewhere, lose track of like time, you're trying to struggle to get around the obstacles, all of a sudden it's died, then you just got to abandon it. Which, if it's got a lot of goods in, it's risky. But you can only carry so much on your person, you know. This is dodgy because there's no barriers, so you could literally fall off this. I think the thing is, once you go off-road, you truly appreciate the simplicity of these roads. It's like, yeah, this is... Because that's what I did, you know. I started building the roads, realised how much easier it is. Because all of a sudden, those rocks, that would have been exactly what was here, but it demolished them to put the road through. So all of a sudden, it simplified it. And I was like, oh, wait a minute, that's a trick. So I just started building all the roads. I was material gathering, you know. I was fulfilling orders, getting all the materials back out on the road. I actually quite miss building the roads, to be honest. It's fun. I don't think there's any more to build. Because there are areas off the beaten path that we need to go. Like here, behind us there, it is the weather station. That's literally where we need to go. Now, you could try and go all the other ways, but in a vehicle, you've got rocks everywhere. You just can't get through. And it's so tedious. And the battery would likely die. So although the roads look like it's far-winded, it's long-winded, it doesn't take long. And it's far simpler. But again, that wasn't easy because, you know, the roads don't straight away connect. You have to literally travel a distance to get to the next block to build. And it was like, oh, I've got to try and navigate through each time, you know. Right, so here we go. Taking the other route now. Whoa, whoa, whoa. So you do find items just randomly dropped in some awkward spaces, and I think it's because the other people playing on the network or whatever, they might be playing without the roads built, for instance. So then you think, oh, okay. So sometimes you'll see bridges and things in silly places. You think, why would you build that? And you think, oh, okay, you didn't know the road goes this direction or something, you know. But you do, like, leave the game, you come back, and then there might be something else that's been built, and you're thinking, what the hell? That weren't there when I left. But you do avoid a lot of dangers with these roads. That annoys me when they just got bloody bikes in the way. This is going to get tedious. I don't know why it ends in a... It tells me... It sort of hints towards the fact that the next stage of the story might take you through the mountain. Because otherwise, why is the bridge go all the way up there? Why is the road go all the way to the top of the mountain? And then just stop. So these bridges here, people have built. So they're trying to find a way to the weather station. It's all trial and error, really. Trying to navigate your way through. With the elevation of the terrain, it makes you want to fall over. It makes you fall over and all sorts of shit. Yeah, it's all a bit of a mind mess, really. So I found the best route, and I'm saying, like, I don't know if that bridge is working out for me at all. I think it's in the way of where I like driving. So that's annoying. So effectively, that road now takes you in the mountains, stops. So I have to come off the road now. And that bridge is I'm not sure if that bridge is where I want it to be totally honest. Because that's where I was used to be driving. And then we got a boost, so I'm going to try and use my boost at the right time. Yeah, that bridge don't even help me. I don't even know why they built it. Look, I'd rather just do this. Why they built it on the back of rocks is mind-boggling. That makes sense to me. Right. I don't think we're going to the weather station, are we? Wasn't it the farm? So the farm's past the weather station, but now it's completely off track. Unless someone's magically built a bridge. So we're going to do... Oh, we ain't got delivery. Let's see if there's any going to the timeless farm. Oh, yeah, a time farm. Good. We're going there. Sometimes it does work out well. Yeah, we'll take that. You can do a premium order where it might make it a bit more like... If it's time sensitive, it'll make it more... You know, you've got to get that done quick. Oh, I don't... Did I click that? I don't know what I've done. Or you've got more goods to take, and or don't damage it and all that nonsense. Right, load on the back. Yeah, nearly full. And that messes things up as well. Like the heavier the truck is, it can have physics issues. Yeah. Anyway, so this has got its own obstacles to go. I know the route to take because I figured it out last time I went, and I thought, okay, that works for me. So that again is charging the truck. We definitely want charge, even though there are people have placed these quite strategically, really. There's another one there. Usually it's a good indicator where to go. That's a weather station. I don't need that. Although we've got to come past it anyway. Wait. Gonna hit the rock. Shit. What you don't want to do is displace the truck by damaging it too much. I think I'm still going the right way. No, wait a minute. God damn, this is steep. This is why I was looking to bring the bridgey thing, just in case we need it. But again, so this is warning us that the those things that tried to drag me into the tar, that's nearby. But because I know, Jesus, I know the route I took last time, which was safe, so I'm not worried. Usually if you see a dark area, you think this is going to be a cesspit of that. And when it starts raining, you know you're nearby. But when I went the long way round like this, Timefall Farm, we need that.
Okay.
Because it gives us likes. The more likes we got, the more likely we get to that 5-star. And you know, it's quite out of the way. There's no quick road to them. So effectively, if you do the other routes, although it's monotonous, there's so many, you can get a lot more deliveries done. Whereas obviously you go off the beaten path, it's just you're doing a lot less with the time you got. Metals we could get, not going to bother. We use the speed boost because I know there are charge points. But if there weren't charge points, you wouldn't want to waste your boost because it really does drain your battery fast. But as you can see, we've got that there. But to our right is those mules, the ones that had the orange glow. That's their farm over there. That's a dodgy area. So if you go too close, you could. It's up to people how they navigate it. Like if we get the map up, it's this orange area. So if I go in there, yeah, I might be able to race across. But the problem is you've got a little river, and I'm like, last thing I want to do is get stuck. But it's saying there's a bridge. So in theory, you go there and then try your best to race across. That's one way. Now, I've decided I'm not going to bother risking it because I don't know exactly where the bridge is and I don't want to run across the wrong... There is a bridge there. Maybe that's the bridge. So that's the good thing about this game. You can either engage in conflict or you can do your best to avoid it. And it's not that much further out your way, to be honest. I'll show another example as well because I nearly got caught up myself. So I saw the bridge from a distance when I was driving around trying to look what to do next. And when I noticed the bridge, I thought, okay, someone's figured out a route then. Because clearly, if a bridge is there, why would they put that all the way at the bottom? Unless, of course, they've gone across this river, which could be an option. So this river is the bit where I said before, where you've got that rock, you know, where you've got the cliff. That's the cliff. So like, I don't see how that's easy to get across. But maybe it is, maybe it ain't. I don't think of a vehicle it is, to be totally honest. Right, so then I come here, and I went to go this way. And then when I went this way, all of a sudden it started going mental again, like the enemy's nearby. So I'll show. And this is what forces you to go back sometimes, you know. And look at all those, look at all those floating things. Like Christ, it's warning me now. Like it's warning me now. Them things are huge. Like I was like, you know what? I've just tried to avoid them mules. Last thing I want is to be fighting these when I just want to get to the farm. We ain't doing that. So it's warning me about the time there. So I was like, no chance, no chance, no chance. And I thought, if I take the next turn, it's a bit too close to that problem. So I thought, what's the next one? Is there a turn there? And then I noticed another little thing. I noticed the little let me see what that is. Ceramics. There's a little post. If you go inside that post, it will alert the mules, those mules that you're nearby. And of course, we got this far stealthily. We don't need to be doing that. So we don't want to go that side of the thing. I'd say this truck's got boost, and it's good to use the boost if you feel like traction's a problem. So, like, we're going up a hill now. And I was thinking, stay to the right, I think. But look how slow it is. We want to just make sure we get up in there. No sliding about. Just get up. Just push it up. Boost, boost, boost. I think I'll come out the other side. I'm not sure. Anyway. So this is the farm we want to get to. Now, we could have took so many variants of this route. Again, last thing we want to do is unnecessary damage the truck. We've finally got another charge point. We'll take that. Some ceramics there. I can't bother. Normally, ceramics I needed every time I was building the roads, but I've done the roads. Right. And now we want that building at the end. We might finally get to our 5-star. Oh, look, someone's just left a load of bloody metals. I'll take them. 1,000 metals. I'm not sure if that truck's close enough. Now, we're not putting that there. Whoa, 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 whoa. He's going to fall over. Put it on the truck. Put it on the truck. Oh, that's nice. Always a good day when Sam comes to visit. But obviously, I come bearing gifts. Yeah, we'll take that one. Put that in the back of the truck. Gone the wrong way round, and I've gone the longest way possible. Right. Hopefully that store station will recognise the truck, otherwise I'm going to have to get closer. Yeah, it ain't close enough. That's so annoying. That's what annoys me. It doesn't come up with a specific area to put the truck, but if you're too far away, it won't deliver the cargo. So dumb. And obviously, you can't drive it in the building. It don't really fit. So you've got to try and get close to the damn thing. That's silly, isn't it? Like, it should have a bigger radius. Now, all of a sudden, it's all popped up, look. 128 kilos plus the fresh water. Let's see if we can get to the 5 stars. Don't know if we will. It's going to need something big. We're not even at a full half a star, look. 281. How much is that going to boost? I don't think we're going to be doing it this time. That's just a lost box. Oh, all right. Let's go need more deliveries to get them to 5 stars. But like I say, if you just look at this, where's that we just got? Oh, he's down the bottom. Right, that's that. We'll just see if there's any deliveries to it. This will be probably the end now. I've showed a bit of what the game is, but I say I could sit here for hours. I've still got that big delivery dude down the other bit, and I want to see if I'm going to go off track to the other end as well at some point. Don't want deliver. We want orders. Time full to engineer. Yeah, we could do that. Elder, I'm not going at the moment. Craftsman, we're going past there. I'm not doing that collection to time for junk dealer. No. But where I said junk dealer there, I will be going back over there at some point that side of the map just to vary it up a bit, really. So, for instance, so far the main focus has been going from sort of north to south and a bit to the west. But I'm going to do some more journeys this side. There'd be challenges around here, but it'd be just a bit different. So I'll do that and try and 5-star them if they're not already 5-starred. And hopefully, which I very much doubt, there might be road sections to build, but I don't think there is over there. So at this point, of course, we want to make sure the truck's not any more damaged, get overly damaged. And it's just get yourself out of here safely. So I know roughly where the enemy is. It's deep over there, but we want to stay close to the farm and try and come back in. Try and leave the same route out, but you can take a slightly deeper route because I know it's that corner I want to get to. I think it's the same way in, same way out. It might be a different bit, but I think it's still... Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah, well, there's the post. So we just want to make sure we don't go near that post. Stay to the outside here. Speeding a bit. We've got plenty of battery. It's because people helped out by putting a bridge here. You know, I was going to build a bridge, but I don't really need to. They've done a bridge. And you see the people put the timefall thing there, but then some people might be walking. They haven't got the vehicle, so you don't want to take a long route if you're walking. It'd take ages. But there's no need for me to go up there and deal with enemies, which usually where them strands are and stuff, when I can just navigate like this. Well, I don't know if it's showing the enemies over here, the mule guys. They do have a van. Well, I could take that because I've got to go past the distribution centre. But you know, I'll probably progress the story soon. I just need to get back used to the. I'll probably test the combat mechanics a bit more just so I'm ready. Because when things escalate, I need to be on it because you're going to come up against stronger enemies. Really, so I just got to get used to the grenades again. Get used to the gun. South, not city. I'm not doing that. So like, if you look there, it looked like there was an easier way to go up the thing, but I've got a feeling it's too sharp. The incline might be too tight. And we know this works because I come this way. And then we just boost up the ramp. So it's completely off track compared to that. Compared to the road route I like taking. This is completely different, isn't it? So that there, I could repair the vehicle if I chose to. But I think it's fine as it is. And then, well. This is the charge point again, which you're going to want. Well, I think there might be another one at the top, actually. Yeah, there's another one there. So, if, by passing through here, there might be a job there to get, but I'm not going to bother this time. See where they've placed that? I don't think that's helpful. There's just rocks everywhere. It's just dumb. I mean, I might try taking it, see what happens, but I think going the other way, I found a route that works for me. We'll have a look. But look, straight down into the rock. How is that a good place? What the hell, mate? You made my truck break. Shit. That was not your helpful. You can jump, but I think it's going to break my truck. God damn, what idiot put that there? That's thick. God damn. Look, you could have just come round there. I probably can't see how I'm pointing, but god damn, he's made it well difficult. Once you lose traction with this, it's really freaking hard. Ideally, you want to keep it as straight as you can. Oh, look, he's going to go down a bloody mountain now. Christ almighty. You get to see how tedious it can get. This going to that weather station, it's not so bad getting there, but it's a nightmare getting back. Christ almighty. Right, we need to get straight, and then I want to boost up that path. But he's not, he's just sliding. Go, go, go. No turning, no turning. Just go, go, go. It's a skill within itself. It really is. Christ. So then that makes you appreciate the roads. So yeah, I find it relaxing. And there's things to do to progress the story, of course. I don't know how you tell what chapter you're on. I don't know how you tell that. Look, cargo orders, ranked orders, mail. I don't know, there's messages. Data, replace supplies, bridge links, display players with whom you have bridge links. I don't know what all this is. I'm not sure. Memory. Yeah, I'm not sure how you know where you are in the overall session, to be honest. There's no no indication really, is there? You're on chapter 3, chapter 4. Well, I know I'm quite way. Well, Christ, I know I'm quite a way into it. Like I say, I just enjoy it. Don't just play this exclusively. You know, I've got other games I like playing as well. But if I'm trying to relax, this is one of those that's just chill. Like I say, you got Death Stranding 2 now as well, so that'll be really fun. But £70 for something that's the same game mechanics as this, but obviously there'll be enhancements and a different area to explore. But I think people jump on a bandwagon as well. Like I think, I see some threads where people are saying, "Should I just play Death Stranding 2 before I even play? If I haven't played 1?" I can't help but think if you're interested in the fundamental mechanics of Death Stranding 2, forget the hype and why not just start with the first one? I don't understand what's so special, what's so impressive about the second one that makes you want that more than the first one. Because everyone else is playing it. Well, that's an answer, but there's an awful lot more money as well. So you can literally get this cheap. And it's even available on most of the services anyway. I think if you've got Game Pass, I'm pretty sure it's on Game Pass. I can't be sure. If you've got PlayStation Plus on one of them, I don't know if it's extra or premium, so you pay that every month or annually, it's on there as well. PC's cheap. So, it doesn't make much sense. Why not just spend a good few hours? At this point, I am 44 hours into this game. So I've already had the value of money out of this entirely. But anyway, yeah. If anyone wonders, I wonder what they're doing in their spare time. Yeah, I'm just delivering packages.